Good morning, my students. Peace be upon you. We are passing through special moment that is a pandemic virus that is over the world. We tend to register our lessons online, so I started by doing this. We can continue now with Unit 4, Innovation Technology, that we know that is named Eureka. Please go to your book, page 114. In sequence 2, reading and writing. So by the end of this sequence, you can read and respond to a text about development of telecommunications. We can also express concession using however, although, and others. Write a paragraph out of a flow chart. Let's get started. So, reading and writing. Here, before we start, we got anticipation here. Four pictures, sorry. Here we have four pictures, and give us some names to guess which one goes with what. So, we have A, drum, B, telegraph, C, telephone, D, satellite. So it seems that this is clear that this is a telegraph. We're gonna see together what's telegraph and how it is used in the past. And second one, as you see, it tends to be a satellite, clear. The third one, drum, this is a drum. Then the last one, telephone, of course. Alright, here they asked us to say which these are what do all the items represented in the pictures from 1 to 4 above refer to. So let's circle the right answer. A, the development of the radio. What do you think? C, the start of telecommunications. B, the development of telecommunications. And the last one, D, the development of the satellite system. So maybe you will answer by B, the development of telecommunications. Means we start from drum maybe, then we finish by satellite. We're gonna see this together through the text. Alright, also we have a second guessing, is the time or the period of each item. So ancient times means in the past, very beginning. People used what? From the fourth items. So we tend to say that drum used in ancient times. Then in 1876, which one is the first? Telegraph or telephone? Telegraph or telephone? So we can go back to the text and check this one. And of course, mid 20th century, of course, it's satellite. So we'll see who comes first or which comes first, the telephone or telegraph. Alright, we got a text here. We got some questions at the end to answer. I'm going to read text for you and to try to make it clear. From the time of primitive man, humans have wanted to communicate through space. Centuries ago, men used drum to send and receive messages. In Ghana, for example, this means of communication is called talking drum. The drum used to be a means of communication, so used to be named talking drum. However, means but. Communication through drums and other means was not satisfactory over very long distances. Long-distance voice communication became possible only in 1876, when Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. 23 years later, Italian inventor Guglielmo Marconi used Heinrich Hertz's discoveries about electromagnetic waves to invent another means of telecommunications. It was the wireless telegraph, and it was the ancestor of the radio. It allowed communication between England and France in 1899. There was still a problem with long-distance voice communications via microwave radio transmission. The transmissions followed a straight line from tower to tower, so the system was impracticable over the sea. In 1945, science fiction writer Arthur C. Clarke suggested a solution. He proposed a system of communication satellite in an orbit, so 35,900 kilometers above the equator. The satellite would circle the Earth in exactly 24 hours. Today, it is possible to communicate internationally by satellite. The latest satellite can carry over 100,000 simultaneous conversations. By the year of 2050, electronic information technology will have transformed the world business, schools, and family life. Here we got some questions. So, read the information in bold type in the text above and tick the most suitable title for the text. Justify your answer. So here, through the text, there are bold type writing. It means clear or big writing that can guide us to the right title. Telecommunication and satellite, Graham Bell's invention, or telecommunication past, present, and future. If we go back, we can see here the primitive man centuries ago, then also 1876, 1899, 1945, today, and 2050. So here it's clear speaking about telecommunication, past, present, and future. What else? We got some question here related to text from A to B to C. What invention was the ancestor of the radio? It means what comes before the radio. What was the problem with long distance voice communication? And what was the solution to the problem? Here you can pause the video and think about the answer and come back to see it. Let's see the answer. Here we have the wireless telegraph was the ancestor of the radio. It means the idea of the radio comes after the telegraph, because telegraph don't use cable, so it's more developed than telephone at that time. So the radio, the idea of the radio, taken from the telegraph. The problem with long distance voice communication was that the transmissions followed straight line from tower to tower. This made the system impracticable over the sea. And the last question, what is the solution? So the solution was a system of communication, satellite orbiting around the Earth. Here we finished reading the text and answering some questions. We can go back a little bit and see the idea of telegraph. As you see here in this picture, this is kind of telegraph in the past. Okay, telegraph. You know that telegraph use codes to send a message. For example, we have A. This is the code of A and B and C. So a little bit it was difficult to send a small message. You have to remember all these codes and to be qualified to understand the message. Let's see other telegraphs. Yes, like this one also. We have, for example, this video talking about the code that uses for these appliance or means of communication: alphabets and numbers. For example, for A alphabet, we have this code. Okay, and so with other letters. And we have also this video, small video, show us how it works really. Let's see it together. Last year we tried this experience in class, and it was a wonderful experience. Thank you very much. See you next unit.